I am going to be swapping my broken TR6060 for a freshly rebuilt one. Brand new TR6060.
In Las Vegas, victory lane for Fox Television. Ricky Bobby, today's big winner. Heck of a win for you today, but it seems as you can either win or crash the car trying to win.
Well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff. You know, I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first,
The bumper
you're last.
kind of good there, my guy.
What I'm talking about? That phrase, trademark, not for Ricky Bobby.
They didn't see nothing. Hello, I'm Jensen. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a great day. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. So, as many of you know, I am going to manual swap my Hellcat Charger. So I bought a wreck salvage manual Hellcat Challenger that I'm stripping all of the manual parts from, the 370 gears in the rear and the 6-speed manual Tremec TR6060, the wiring and stuff that needed for the manual transmission, as well as the bell housing and all that other stuff, which I'll get to that later in the video. I am going to be swapping my broken TR6060 for a freshly rebuilt one. So shout out to my guy Irvin, Blackbird Transmissions. If you're in the Bay Area and you need a T56 or a TR6060 rebuilt, he's definitely the guy to go to. Probably the best transmission dude in the Bay Area. With that being said, let's take a look at this destroyed one that he's taking in on a trade for me, doing me a huge favor. These are extremely expensive to rebuild, so what he's doing is taking in my core. I'm going to swap him some of these fun coupons.
Fun coupons! See that? A fun coupon!
He's gonna take this one in. Really good core. It's just some of the internals definitely have seen better days. As you can see, the teeth are all eaten up on, grinded away. So I'm gonna go swap this thing with a brand new one, and these are really good transmissions. With that being said, let's talk about the bell housing and clutch that's going to go into this thing. So with the DriftCat making as much power as it does, if you guys are new to the channel, the DriftCat dynoed at 921 horsepower to the rear wheels. And if you don't know, an automatic drivetrain takes a lot more horsepower and torque out of your numbers. It's going to have a drivetrain decrease rather than the manual transmission. It might make higher numbers with the manual transmission. This thing makes a bunch of horsepower, so I'm going to have to upgrade a few things. One thing that I'm not going to do yet, I might in the future most definitely, is the trans will be stock, fresh rebuilt like I said, but I'll be getting a Mantic triple disc clutch, which is extremely well built, and it's a really high performance clutch that's rated for more horsepower than this thing makes. Clutch will be fine. They're gonna be throwing in a flywheel, a brand new flywheel. He recommended, shout out to Jeff at Mantic Clutches, he strongly recommends me getting a QuickTime bell housing. It's steel, it's rated for a lot more horsepower, and you know, if something does go wrong, it's not gonna send parts from under the car into, you know, the cabin and stuff. So that's one thing that I'll have to grab, is the QuickTime bell housing. But he said he's going to ship the triple disc clutch within a week or two, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be a dope install video, and a lot of you guys are definitely going to want to start running these clutches, because as many clutch kicks as this thing is going to be doing, you're going to see how strong and how well built those clutches are. Anyway, let's go trade Irv this broken transmission for a good transmission. And boom, just like that, brand new TR6060. He said this hasn't even been used before, so huge shout out to Irv. Appreciate it, my guy. Good Tremec, and as you can see, it is in one piece. The other one was in a bucket and all types of shit. So, and I think I will be ordering that short shifter, that Barton short shifter. That's probably the best one that I found so far. I want to throw a short shifter on this thing, get rid of that slop in there. So now that I finally got the transmission for this thing, stop worrying about that. Now I still have to get the drive shaft made. Like I said previously, my homie said that I can combine the Challenger drive shaft with the Charger drive shaft, disconnect them at like the CV joints and combine them. That'll save me from having to get a custom one made. So I'm gonna look into that, but if not, then I'll just have a custom one made. Not too big of a deal, just more money that I don't really want to spend. But we are getting closer and closer to the manual swap on the Charger. I am extremely excited for this thing, and one main reason why I wanted to do the manual swap on this thing is to put a hydro. And if you want to run a hydro, it's best to run dual calipers. With that being said, I have the calipers off of the Challenger just sitting here. So I'm thinking let's throw these rear Brembo back there with it. Obviously probably get it powder coated in white, but yeah, that's what I've been plotting on. Let me tell you guys what we've been planning real fast. So my homie Alex is a really good welder and fabricator. We're thinking of taking the knuckles off that rear cradle from the Challenger so he can cut those up and try and design a rear dual caliper bracket. He said that he'll need 2 sets of knuckles though, so when we start taking this thing apart, which we're planning on doing within, say, maybe 2 weeks or something like that, we have to wait for the clutch to get here, obviously, to be able to put everything together. Have to order the bell housing. I can have the drive shaft made once we start taking everything apart and putting it together. Yeah, that's what I'm planning on. Once this thing is under the knife, we can take the knuckles off this car and send them to Alex so he can have 2 sets and try to come up with a dual caliper bracket. It'll be the first in the world. Hoping that'll work out. I'm planning on running that big Brembo rear caliper setup. Jose said there might be a little bit better option. He kind of recommended going with a smaller caliper because on his GTO, I think, he runs a big dual caliper in the rear, and he says there's some error issues in it. Sometimes he'll have to pull the hydro like 3 times or something for it to lock up. So I'm not sure, but I'm gonna throw those big Brembos on for now. If I have issues like he's having, then I'll probably downsize to a 2-piston caliper rather than the 4-piston. But that's kind of, it's all a trial and error thing. No one's done this before, especially the dual caliper on a Hellcat with a handbrake. That'll be world's first. Like I said, there's been like 2 or 3, now I want to say 3 people, like 2 or 3 people that have done the 6-speed swap in the Charger. For some reason, when I said this is going to be 1 out of 3, a ton of people commented, oh, I've seen them done multiple times. There's a ton of them out there.
Where they at?
Then where are they? Because no one has them. There's only 2 people, like I've said, the dudes and from Autotopia in SoCal, and the homie Morax has one in North Carolina. So those are really the only 2 that I've seen before. If you know where one is, comment down below, tag them, let me know, because I would like to see them and ask them some questions. This thing is coming along really nicely. Definitely going to get it knocked out here really soon. So the next thing that we're going to need to do is grab the wiring harness, the dash, and the center console from the Challenger. Right now it is extremely shitty and raining. There's just like the smallest window for me to be able to record this video. So once it stops raining, I'm gonna go up there, grab all that stuff. We're gonna take this thing to city alignment. There is who's gonna help me a bunch on this project. And then if I need any tuning or anything like that, which I don't think that I will need to, but I might have to get like a bunch of lights and stuff tuned out. But I'm not sure if I have to do any tuning to the motor at all. I'm definitely gonna have to ask the tuner, Z's Tuning, who tunes this car and who is an extremely great tuner. Ask him if he has any suggestions, because I guarantee that he's never had this issue before, manual swapping, going from the auto 8-speed to the 6-speed manual. But that's further down the road. Once this thing is already in the car running and going through gears and stuff, we'll worry about tuning and all that shit later. We gotta figure out how all this other stuff's gonna work, how all the electrical is gonna work. We're gonna have to combine wiring harnesses, I think, or just run the Challenger one and extend some wires to like the rear windows and stuff to be able to operate the rear windows, because obviously Challengers don't have rear window harnesses on their wiring harness. There's a bunch of little stuff that we'll have to go through. Like this car has cruise control, the Challenger does not have cruise control, so there's just a bunch of little stuff that we're gonna have to figure out. You know, it's trial and error. No one's done this shit before, so we're gonna have to figure it out with you guys. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you like to support the channel, go down below to helloclothing.com, grab you some merch. And don't forget to subscribe to follow along to this Hellcat Charger build, because there's definitely not many like this, and this is going to be 101 with the handbrake and all that shit. So stay tuned. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.
We're in Las Vegas, victory lane for Fox Television. Ricky Bobby, today's big winner. Heck of a win for you today, but it seems as you can either win or crash the car trying to win.
Well, Dick, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff. You know, I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last.
Kind of good there,
You know,
my guy.
what I'm talking about? That phrase, trademark, not for Ricky Bobby.
They didn't see nothing.